Hey y'all, I get on the camera and I do that every time I just realize that I'm gonna have to find an intro that really works. But anyway, oh Jesus, I just felt like coming on here to get my mind off of stuff. Really been going through it. Really been going through it the past few days, but I'm just gonna let that go. Cause it's playing with my mental. But hey, it is what it is. That's life. Let's just get into some shit that I've been wanting to talk about and I've been putting it off and I just caught up with. Joseline's Cabaret. Okay. I don't know if y'all been watching that shit, but for some reason, I'm just gonna be honest. You know, I was intrigued by the first season. The second season was probably the better season. This third season is kind of whack. I'm just gonna put that out there. This third season is kind of whack. And at the same time, it's Joseline's show, okay? So we're not expecting anything of true quality, meaning, oh, big production, big storylines and all this stuff. It's supposed to be a ghetto, wretched ass mess, and that is exactly what it's living up to. But for me, and y'all know I love my little ghetto, I love my little ratchetness or whatever, because Ashley will be watching Bad Boys Club on Zeus. Did y'all see that goddamn trailer? Why they got the two white boys fighting each other? First of all, I don't even know one of them. The other one with the tattoo on his face, he's a fake. He's a phony, in my opinion, because I seen him, the first time I've ever seen him was on Catfish. Mind you, he's been on Catfish twice, okay? And I'm talking about the current season. And the first one, he was catfishing somebody. The second one, he was getting catfish, quote unquote. And he just comes off as one of those typical white gays, no shade to anybody that's watching, one of those typical white gays that want to be like the black gays, who wants to emulate, you know, black women, or let me not even just say black women, who want to emulate black people in general, you know, our slang and the way the black gays talk, which comes from black women and everything. But hey, debate me on it if you want to, you know what I'm saying? We have to admit the truth, but it's just so forced, and he just looks so scared in that goddamn trailer. Did y'all see the super trailer? If you on Gadzooks, look it up on YouTube, okay? And I'm pretty sure it's circulating on Twitter. But he was about to get his ass beat. I said, that little boy, that was like, I want a jacket. Kurt Franklin's son was getting his ass knocked around. I said, so is he gay? Now, I don't think everybody in the house is gay, because in the trailer, it was coming up, this guy was talking about something about whether or not he gonna put out there, another person, I guess, put out their sexuality, whether or not he gay or not or whatever. And, you know, somebody was calling him out for saying the F word, keep on throwing around the F word. And then you got Christopher Milan, the one time that I probably would agree with him, saying like, why do you care? Why does it matter if he's gay or not? Why does it matter if he said what you trying? Why do you want to know so bad? You trying to get with him? You trying to get with him or something like that? And that is the real tea right there. Why does it matter if a person is not coming on to you? If a person is not doing any harm to you, what does their sexuality matter to you? Okay? Why do you need to know so bad, so hard? How is it affecting your life? I just don't understand. Like, when it comes to the concept of hating gay people outside of the Bible, which people can interpret it to many different meanings, what is your reason to hate? Even in the Bible, it don't say hate gay people. So I just, it depending on the scripture that you look at, it may say, you know, to be not for, but it does never say hate. And I don't feel like in the Bible it says to hate anybody. So this concept of hate is just a wild thing. You know what I'm saying? So moving on from that, how did I get on here? Because it's Zeus. If somebody said, I would be damned if I be 30 something years old on a reality show fighting on Zeus in something called the Bad Boys Club. Mind you, somebody said Christopher Milan is 37 years old. Now, I bring that up because, first of all, he look good for what he is. But he irks the fuck out of me. I hate the fact that he's from Chicago. He's a bad representative. He's just annoying as shit. And he's fame thirsty. He is fame thirsty. Like, I be up in the comments for the Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk because I ain't got shit else to do most of the times, and I just like to get my jokes off. And it's not every time, you know. But he used to be up in there before I blocked him because I was so tired of seeing him in the comments. I mean, every freaking post he was commenting something. And I'm just like, now I know I'm a regular person. You claim you this multi-millionaire with a music deal and all this stuff. You this platinum artist or whatever the fuck you claim you are. Why are you not out here doing music or whatever? Why are you peruling and just set up in the Shade Room comments? It just annoyed me so much, you know. But back to Joseline's Cabaret. That show is so fucking problematic. It's so goddamn problematic. Just about everything that's on Zeus Network is problematic as fuck. All right, and we eat it up. We eat it up. Joseline is problematic in herself. And here's the thing. I want to know exactly how much these girls getting paid, because there is not near enough exposure that you can give me to get on a show for you to berate the fuck out of me and to treat me like the so-called pimps that I have. Because some of them girls got pimps. Some of them girls come from the strip club. Some of them girls are used to that treatment. So I guess that's why they let Joseline do the shit that she do to them. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I fuck the shit out of Joseline. Hey, it just is what it is, okay? She's pretty to me. You know, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, whatever. But I can admit the fact that bitch be getting on my nerves sometimes. And that bitch is problematic as fuck. And sometimes I be wanting to knock her ass out. Because, bitch, ain't no what Joseline is doing on Joseline's Cabaret. That's another form of pimping. It's legally pimping, and these girls are literally letting her talk the shit that she says to them just because she's Joseline and they're just bitches from the strip club or from the street, you know. And she got this little fame, I guess, you know what I'm saying. And so they can talk to her she can talk to them any type of way. She can call them out their names. She can push them. She can hit them. She can berate the fuck out of them and everything. And hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck no. I'm waiting for a season to come through where one of the girls actually swole up and knock her ass out. Or at least attempt to, you know. I mean, on season 1, she caught that girl off guard and started whooping her ass. On season 2, they ganged up on her in the reunion. But, you know, that girl threw the thing at her. But other than that, I want somebody to do something to her while she in the house. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if you watch it, you understand. Last week's or this week's episode when what's the girl? The girl from the west side of Chicago, Amber. When she touched Joseline trying to get her attention like this, and then Joseline pushed her in her chest like that. Don't you put your fucking hands on me. We not friends. And then pushed her in her chest. I said, what the fuck is that? You ain't have to do all that. That girl didn't hit you. That girl tapped you, trying to get your attention. She wasn't tapping you like trying to fuck you up. She was tapping you to get your attention, you know. And all of that shit wasn't fucking necessary, you know. Bringing on bitches that be up there saying the N-word. Now, see, we're going to get into this N-word debate. They want to say the bitch that was up there saying the N-word, you know, she Puerto Rican or whatever. I don't give a fuck. There's 2 types of Puerto Rican, okay? There's a Joseline Puerto Rican. She's clearly an African, an Afro, you know, visually. She's an Afro-Rican, okay? She's you can tell she has black ancestry in her. You can tell it in her skin. You can tell it in her hair texture and all of that. Then you have white Latinas. You have white Puerto Ricans, white Cubans, white Mexicans, white, you know, Ecuadorians, white Brazilians, white this, white that. It's a white and a black. It's all of it, okay? And everybody's ancestry that's in Latin America or in any Latin country is not all from African ancestry. Some of it is some Spaniards, European ancestries, okay? Y'all have to go back and do your geography. Go back and do your goddamn history, you know what I'm saying? So that bitch that got up there and she kept on saying the N-word, and then Reagan was like, because that's her friend, was just taking up for her. And then, you know, the bitch was in the confessional talking about you ain't finna educate me. And see, that's why you got your ass beat, okay? You know, and people a lot of black people have become so lax in the fact that, hey, I mean, these little Hispanics or Latinos or whatever, they be in the neighborhood and it's what they say, so this is what they do. And it's like, oh, well, No, you gonna get a bitch that's gonna come up on your ass like Amber and knock your ass out when you hear that shit. And then it's the way that she said it the last time, like she was trying to say it with such vitriol. And what Amber said is true. Bitch, you can walk down the goddamn street and go get hired this place or whatever, but you're not gonna get as the crazy amount of discrimination that people that's her skin color is gonna get. But yet you up here using this word, and then you literally want to be ignorant because you said you ain't finna educate me. So you know exactly what you're doing. And, you know, Joseline was acting surprised that she said it, but in a couple of episodes before that, she said it then, and nobody checked her, and I was over it. And I think in another season, the same thing happened too. And I was just not here for it. I was just not here for it. Y'all could debate yourself on that shit, but that show problematic as fuck, all right? And I'm still watch it, and that's the problem. We still be watching this shit, giving them views, and that's why I keep coming back. I can admit my faults, okay? But before I get off of here, let's talk about, oh, excuse me. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiancé. I want to talk about at least 3 people. Well, Jasmine and Gino, let it go. Let it go. The fact that Gino really didn't understand and couldn't see the reason why Jasmine was pissed off, you know, why is it that you're with somebody that's beautiful? And it's probably most likely because he's with somebody that's beautiful and younger than him. And so therefore you're trying to brag off to your ex, and then you're going to send your ex her pictures, her news, and they're going to tell her, I mean, it was just your boobs exposed. That's not your news. I said, bitch, anything with any body part that's supposed to be covered, that's private, is exposed, that's a fucking nude. Her titties, that's a nude, okay? And she gave them things to you, and you gonna give it to her ex. You know, your ex to show off. You know, Jasmine better than me, because once that shit would have happened, I would have let it go. First of all, let me just say this. On Gino's behalf, Jasmine is too goddamn much, okay? The way she be getting mad and popping off is just, is she too fucking extra? I would have been let her go. But if I would have stayed in as long as Gino have, as soon as what he did to Jasmine, I would have let that shit go. Ain't no trying to, you know, come back from it or whatever. And then when Jasmine sat there and looked at his email and saw that he went to Legoland with one of his friends or his exes back in 2014 or whatever, when he was not talking to her, why are you getting upset? I said, Jasmine, now you calm your ass down. See, you doing too fucking much. Break up. Let that go. Another person that needs to break up, Mike and old girl from Colombia. Too many red flags from the beginning. And the main red flag that we recently found out is the fact that she doesn't work and he's paying for her rent and everything. Now, at first, we thought he was just paying for some household appliances and stuff like that. Couldn't find out he paying for the fucking rent and everything. She don't work. But then you want to get engaged. He leaves. You text him asking him for money to get you a fucking BBL and all this other stuff so that you can become a model. And then when he says no, you want to act funky to him and your true colors come out. And then when his friend, you know, interpreting what's saying, and you saying how you know, he's disgusting to you and all this stuff, bitch, you don't want him. And Mike, I just need you to let that shit go. Maybe it's because it's his first real relationship, but he just don't understand that that lady does not like him. If you telling me that I'm disgusting, baby, that'll hurt my feelings so bad, and I'll never be able to trust you again, okay? And I'll be like, you know what? That'll do it for me, okay? That will do it for me. I am out of here. You know, you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to hurt my feelings all these many times. I want him to man the fuck up a little bit, okay? I know love is blind, but bitch, somebody, you can't take all this disrespect. And then you get to the one, Ben and Mahogany. Bitch, I thought Mahogany was fake, but Mahogany turned out to be real. Mahogany turned out to be a couple of years younger than what she said she was, right? Or at least what Ben thought, okay? And she don't look like her pictures. They're heavily edited, heavily airbrushed and everything. But here's the thing. If the girl did not meet you at the airport the first night, she was late to meeting you the second date at the restaurant, that would have been it for me. You didn't meet me at the airport, that's it. I'm going back home. Or I'm enjoying my time, but I'm not finna fuck around with you. But then, not only does that happen, you go over to visit her place, and it's clearly an Airbnb. That should have been it. But he's forcing a situation because He's desperate. I don't know what it is, you know, and he's one of those people that hide behind religion because he's like a preacher or whatever. And I do like the fact that when they sat down and talked and she was trying to understand what happened in his previous relationships and why they failed or whatever, she called him out on putting everything on the exes, putting everything on the women and not putting nothing on him, not taking accountability for his actions. And I'm just going to say about this, Ben is weird as fuck. It creeps me out when older men, okay? It creeps me out when older women do it, but more so when older men get with, because we got a lot of that goes on in the lesbian community too, that older women get with young girls. And I don't get that. Ain't nothing a 20-something gonna do for me, my 35-year-old ass, okay? No, I mean, you could be like probably almost 30. I'd be like 27, 28, and that's pushing it. But ain't nothing a 22-year-old, ain't nothing that them young 20s ain't gonna do for me. Bitch, we not on the same fucking level, and you like 50 or damn near with teenage/adult kids that's probably around the same age as her. That's disgusting. And then you talking about how much you in love with her after 3 months of talking, not seeing each other, not video chatting, but talking through text messages and emails and shit like that. No, bruh, something is wrong with that. It comes off very creepy and he's pushing it and so desperate. Did you see when he put all them messages? Oh my God, she said he sent me like 10 pages worth of text and I ain't even respond back. Bitch, you do some shit like that to me and we ain't even in no goddamn relationship. Mind you, he thought they was boyfriend and girlfriend and she clearly said no. No, bitch, I need to know who the fuck you are when I see you, okay? And that girl don't want him. That girl does not want him. He's coming off very thirsty, creepy, weird, and it feels like he the type of person to get her over here in the States and just lock her up in the basement and do some other foul shit to her. And then hide it behind religion. I want her to get the fuck away from him. Moving on from that, Kimberly and Uzma, aka Soulja Boy. Kimberly is pathetic. Kimberly is pathetic as fuck, and I hope she don't see that what she's doing is very much turning this man off, who was never really turned on by her. She forced and pressured that man. I ain't gonna say forced, but she pressured that man to have sex with her. And if you have to beg for fucking sex, it's disgusting. And then you talking about your son, your grown ass son gonna be watching this shit, looking at you on TV fucking begging for dick. Begging for dick. And then you just, oh my God, it's just so pathetic. You can't clearly see that he has a pattern of being with people, you know, older than him to get things out of them. That's what he did with his ex-wife. That's what he's doing with you. And mind you, he made a song about a younger black girl who still has his heart, but he hasn't met yet. But see, he's meeting y'all so that he can get shit out of y'all. You literally brought him a PS5 and a MacBook. Who paying for the resort stay? Because y'all been at that resort for a minute. That's just dumb. I cannot. It is disgusting the way that she acting. And then let me tell you something. The big girl, Ella and Johnny, I don't like her. She used her white lady tears in the last episode to get under his skin as the reason why he don't want to come back to Dubai and leave his child and to come see her, you know, in the midst of COVID. Do y'all understand right about now where we are taking the mask mandates down over there in China? There is a spike right about now and they're shutting the shit down. And I know this was filmed before, but this was filmed probably towards the height or in the middle of the height. And you up here getting upset because he's taking precautions? Wow. That's some selfish ass shit. And then gonna say, I slept with somebody. Well, bitch, you can get a man to fuck around with. Why don't you do it up in the States? I cannot. Man, I just wanted to tell y'all that shit. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. I gotta go back to work. Peace.